So what's the cost of a wish? Well, the cost of a wish apparently is your soul. But you can get whatever you want, just gotta be careful on the phrasing. So, as Wishmaster taught us, all 4 times. So, after I did this on a whim because I'm like, you know what, I'm bored, whatever. I'm flipping through HBO on demand. I'm like, Wishmaster, I remember that movie series. That was, as far as I remembered it, so fuck it, I'll give it the first one to watch. And I sat down, and I watched it. I'm like, that was surprisingly better than I remembered it. And I'm like, well, they have all 4 on here, so screw it. Why don't I just watch all 4 and do a review on it later on? So I sat through all of them, and I gotta say, they're far better than I think a lot of people gave them credit for. Now, they're not amazing, because let's be clear, the first one came out in 1999. No, excuse me, the first Wishmaster came out in 1997, I believe. Yep. Second one, 99. Third one, 2001. And fourth one, 2002. All 3 of its sequels, by the way, are direct-to-DVD, direct-to-video, with the first one being the only one that was actually in theaters. And it shows. They're all very late 90s, early 2000s feeling movies, which benefits a lot of the movie because of practical effects. All of them use a great deal of practical effects, practical gore, and it does benefit from that. But just to go down the roster just a little bit here, or just start from the beginning. First Wishmaster, we have the Djinn, who, by the way, I believe Djinn is spelled, Dijinn. And, he's the Djinn, he grants wishes. The way Djinn work in this universe is that they can grant any wish you desire, but at the cost of your soul. However, the way it works is apparently our main Djinn was sealed on a ruby, and like a genie, he's released by the person who found it, and he grants them 3 wishes. Now, he can grant any person, anywhere, 1 wish. Only 1 wish at the cost of their soul. And at any point, he can elect them, saying, now collect that which is owed and all that stuff. But if he can only cast 3 wishes for the person who freed him, and basically once the 3 wishes are cast, hell opens up, or more or less a dimensional portal opens up, and his race can, crawl back through and to basically dominate the Earth. Because he's the only Djinn on Earth, and it's his mission to basically do that. Now, it sounds basic, and for what the point it is, but one of the things the first film suffers that the second film rectifies, only to be like, wait, what? Is that we don't learn enough about the Djinn to be like, why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? Until the second film. They explain more about what the Djinn actually is and why you can't wish for certain things. Because there's certain wishes he can't grant based on, as he explained it, any wish that's, and again, we're talking about the second one at the moment, any wish that's basically directly involve him or something that would involve him can't be granted because he's eternal, he's immortal. At one point he says, I wish you didn't exist, and just, no, I'm still here. So you can't kill that which is eternal. Wish again. It's like, I wish there was no evil world. 2 sides of the same coin. Wish again. No, you can't. It's really touch and go how you wish these things. Now, that being said, I can safely say that one of the best parts of the first 2 movies, in fact, probably the best part of the first 2 movies, is Andrew Divoff as the Djinn, as the, what's the actual character's name that he's playing? That's when he's in human form. Where is that guy? Where? Because he doesn't actually take the human form until like a half hour in the movie when he gets re-released. Chris Lemon. Nope, but that's not it. Where did he? Come on. Alex strikes the jam. I'm trying to find out the name of the character. Whatever. He plays the same character in the first 2 because it's the same actor playing him in both the first 2 movies. And he's so much fun to watch. He's just because he's got that menacing. What would you do for a wish? Be careful what you wish for, my dear. I wish a price for every wish. He's so fun to watch. He really is. He's enjoyable as hell. And the makeup for the Jinn is extremely well done. Very well done. Like I'm impressed with how well they did this makeup. He's demonic looking. He looks like a demon. He's got short horns. He's got tentacles. He looks kind of slimy. He really is quite the nice design. And it's the same actor in that makeup. So he's, again, very cool to watch him portray that character. Now, to be fair, and I should also make Robert Englund makes a cameo. But going back to the point at hand, it is a very 90s movie. It suffers from the fact that the acting is maybe not the best in the world, but I think a lot of the people who were in this movie kind of realize that the acting doesn't need to be the best in the world. They're basically all having fun with it, more or less. It also benefits from the fact it doesn't have to resort to like cheap like fucking nudity or anything like that. Lots of swearing, lots of gore. My God, the gore and the practical effects are off the charts in this movie. I mean, we open with people just having things burst from them, horrible disformities coming off them in the opening 5 minutes because it opens in Persia. And then we see some of the modern wishes he's doing. Like at one point, he asks a woman, a very lovely stork, is like, "Wouldn't you want to be beautiful forever?" It's like, wish granted. And then she's a mannequin now. Another guy wishes tumors, cancer for a guy who kicked him out of his pharmacy. Guy explodes with cancerous tumors. Guy is it my how do you put it? Is it my belief to understand you do not wish to see this? Yeah, because he's about to. The way he takes the uniform is he literally cuts a face off a corpse, or a corpse. Actually, no. In the fourth one, as I just finished watching, actually, he took it off alive, man. So, don't wish to watch this. Done. And then, he just steals his eyes. It's all a matter of how you wish. No matter how he defines, no matter how he does the wish, he almost always seems to fuck it up for someone because that's the way he does. He loves causing misery and torment and pain. At one point, he says, "No, I want to make be worth $1 million," and he basically has the guy's mother sign life insurance for $1 million, and then she dies in a plane crash. So, yeah. Now, when we get one of the things I don't necessarily have a problem with per se, but it is something I noticed that the main focus is always a woman. It's always a woman who is the one who unseals the Jinn. In fact, at one point, a woman is the main plot point of defeating him. In the second one, as a matter of fact. Now, I have no issue with a female character being the lead at all, and she's the one who's got to be a strong woman, female character to try to counteract that. I wouldn't have a problem with that if half the time they were strong female characters, but they're really not. Most of the time, they're very just uninteresting women. And furthermore, there's nothing wrong with a guy maybe being a person to release him. So why does it have to be a woman? I mean, I'm not harping on the fact it's a woman. I'm just saying reverse sex. I mean, not even reverse sexism. It's not even kind of sexist. I just don't understand why it has to be a woman every time. But again, that's a minor issue, I suppose. If it plays a plot point in the movie, which in the fourth one and in the second one it kind of did. In the other two, there was really no issue or point for it. But whatever. And then you get to the wishing part. Now, we almost always see them make at least 2 wishes in the movie. And usually the third wish is how they defeats him. And he's always going about trying to, I want you to make the wish. Make the wish. And, the first one, she makes the wish. She's like, I want to know more about exactly what you are. And he traps her in the ruby with him. They'll kind of have a hellish view of what he is. He says, I wish I was back in my apartment without you. And then, he's gone. And then it's like, no, make your final wish. She's like, and then she has to think back. It's all about how you phrase it. It's all about how you word it. Or it's all about something that he's probably doesn't think will, mess anything up. Yes, I wish this guy hadn't been drinking on the job 2 days ago when the ruby was found. Because the way the ruby was found in the first movie was the guy who was drinking on the job broke the statue it was hidden in, and it found the ruby. In this one, or should I say, in that, she basically said he wasn't drinking the job, so he didn't break their statue, so the ruby wasn't found. So immediately when she does it, he just gets sucked into like a time vortex, which for 90s effects was not bad for the first movie. When we get to the other movies in a little bit, you can definitely see where the effects budget dropped. So yeah, it's a fun movie, I think, the first one. And then the second one. The second one, it's still sorry, 1 second. Just Andrew Devolve. He comes back as the Djinn, and my God, he still looks like he's just having a buzz. Like, yes, be careful a price for every wish. Be careful what you wish for. It's like, give me one more wish. A Russian guy he frees from prison. Like, the some rules even I am bound by. It's just so much fun. It's like there's in this now we got a priest involved, and in this one the female lead is a burglar. She's really not that interesting, but she does make a loop. She gets a loophole on the Djinn near the end, because her first wish is to wish them out of hell, I believe. No, basically the priest says, "I wish you go to hell," as he's pointing the cross, because he's faking like, "Oh, gotcha," and he's now up on the cross like Jesus in hell, along with her, and she's like, "Oh, we should free him." So she wishes him down, and then it's like, in this environment, it's stressful. We've had a long day, and he's going to he's in a casino near the end, because it's like, "I know a great place for you to get souls," and it's a casino, so everyone's just wishing for good luck and all that stuff. So it's like, very good. And the way that one ends is that she wishes that she hadn't killed the man 2 days ago, because they explain that he was bound by an incantation in one part of the prophecy, I guess. Which, by the way, this prophecy is... Why does no one make a wish saying that we wish for humanity to have complete and eternal protection from the Djinn? Or why don't we wish that the Djinn, to make it impossible for the Djinn to cross over into this... into this? I assume they'd probably make some loophole plot bullshit. It's like, no, the Djinn, where they are immune to this. You cannot make the wish against that. But I doubt that. They don't define the wishing beyond him. Not necessarily the Djinn as a whole, but him. So, I don't know about that. This is where there's a bit more plot holes. And also, oh man, the effects budget drops. Not from the practical effects. The practical effects still look pretty good. So when we go to the CGI effects, that the effects budget dropped. We get like these very... Best way I can remember putting it is... remember the mist scene and the Spectre stuff from Ghostbusters? It's kind of like that, except even cheaper looking. There's a one where he gets sucked back into the ruby at one point. You see it's that kind of... just, okay, here's some footage. We just plastered it on this scene. Face. Yeah, kind of like that. But basically, the way she defeats them is she wishes... Because it has to be a woman in the good grace of God. So she wished she didn't kill a man, so she didn't kill a man, so she's in God's favor again. And then she restarts the incantation over and over again, and yeah. But it's fun because he takes his original form from the first movie again, the human form, and he goes to jail. So he's just granting wishes in jail the whole time. He has a good fondness for smoking, so it's like, what's it going to cost me to do this? Your soul. In a pack of cigarettes. It's like, yes. Oh man, that was pretty fun. So you say you wish your lawyer to go fuck himself. And it's like, done. So and then the guy's lawyer comes and says, no, I think we can do this. Oh really? Then all of a sudden we see him's like, whoa, and we just see his legs somehow turn backwards, and we just see his legs thrusting behind him. So he's literally fucking himself. So that's like, I'm like, how does that work? And this guy's face also is not necessarily like mortified by what's happening. I mean, he's mortified, but it's not like it's like, it's more like, what is that? What? It's almost like, I don't want to leave this ever. This is great. He's got that look on his face. He's like, what the hell am I looking at right now? But yeah, I don't get why these people who learn about the jinn, because both the first woman in the first movie, the second woman in the second movie, and the third woman learn about the jinn enough to be like, why don't you make these kind of wishes? Like, I wish for the eternal protection of the human race from the jinn or from all evil. I wish it were impossible for the jinn to cross over. I wish our souls to be protected from the jinn. It's not that hard of a concept to wish for protection. He can't. He usually warps a wish into a way that hurts someone or causes pain, but protection is not. It'd be a harder concept for him to warp. I don't know, especially if it like you say, we wish for divine protection, something like that, and then maybe he bring an angel down to try to kill you or something. I don't know. Which, by the way, once we get into the third and fourth one, angels get involved. Angels play a very minor role in the fourth one, but we'll get to the fourth one in a little bit. Now, in the third one, Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell, we no longer have Andrew Devov as the Jinn. We now have, we technically have two different. We have John Novak, who plays the actual Jinn himself, the makeup Jinn. Then we have Jason Connery, who plays Professional Joel Brash, I believe. Yes, that is him. I'm pretty sure that's him. 1 second. Oh, he hasn't been in anything lately. At least in the last 4 years. Where is that? There he is. Professor John Barris. Yes, that's him. I'm pretty certain that's him, yeah. Now, we trade Andrew Divoff for this guy, and first off, while it's still good practical effects, John Novak, not as impressive as looking, not as a cool of looking Jinn as he. He's also a much larger guy too. He's a taller man than Divoff was. He's very big, very burly, but I'll tell you what I think it is. Honestly, it's not his voice or anything like that. No, it's not. You look at it's the shape of his face. Divoff has a very square looking jaw that really added to the kind of look of the Jinn, I thought. But Novak is instead just more of a more pointy nose, is more pronounced. His lips. He's also missing the black lip. No, he's not missing the black lips. It's just his face is larger. He's got a bigger head and all that. So he comes in, and he's released by the professor. Okay, he's not released by a professor. He's released by a student of professor who. The professor is the guy who kills and takes the face. Now, this guy is a significant downgrade from Divoff. Not because he's terrible. He's not terrible. But the British thing doesn't work for the Jinn's personality. He's also very. It kind of sucks. Because unlike in other ones where the Jinn is just, he seems so much authoritative and in control and suave, and he's got no worries really at all. This one he seems a bit more manic and desperate and kind of, at one point he's looking for her and she's like, oh yes, how you doing? So, you can make her pain stop. You can make her pain stop. No, make the wish. He's not doesn't have any sort of authoritative control at all. He doesn't seem like someone I'm threatened by, more or less. As opposed to the other guy who had more of an intimidating appearance, but you could still see where he's persuasive. This guy's charming because he's British. Now, they're going to say he has a good scene where he's actually legitimately teaching a class about, what was it? Was it the Trojan War? I think it was the Trojan War he was talking about. And he's talking about, you can't learn about the Trojan War without learning about the Jinn. We haven't learned about them, but you can't learn about it. And then he actually goes on an explanation about it. And he's talking about because he was there, obviously. And they just say, now, where is she? Where's the Diane? Because Diane's the girl who released him. So, so that was like one of the few scenes I actually enjoyed with him. And they grant definitely some of the wishes he grants are kind of horrific in how they come play off. Like in one girl wished to lose some weight, and obviously she ends up coughing up her stomach, and then he ends up killing her because the main girl is like, I wish for her pain to stop. And then he's done. It's like, you killed her, you best. Hey, I made her pain stop. You want something else? You got to be more specific. It's all how you wish it. And then we get into angels and all that crap. By the way, the acting for the boyfriend and the acting for most of these people is really not good. I mean, the best actor probably is. Why am I just clicked on his name. Hold on. Is probably from Jason Connery, but that's not saying a whole lot. But then we get into angels and stuff like that, and her second wish is, I wish for the Archangel Michael to come down here and help me defeat you, and you're a clever girl. And he possesses her boyfriend, and he's got now blue eyes and his deep booming voice. And then him and the Jinn fight it out. And by the way, this is also where the films go downhill. The Jinn's fighting a bunch of times. Roar! Roar! We're sure this is the same guy who's, he's very manipulative. Now, granted, the Jinn is, in fact, strong and could kill him, because he clearly, and in the second one, the main guard, who, by the way, I'm trying to remember where you'd recognize the main guard. Obviously, he's a side actor a lot of times, but he's just like, oh, you know what? I wish you had 1 minute alone with you, Compton style. And then you just see him, Compton style, and you see the Jinn in his phone. It's like 1 minute alone. It's like, oh god. But so he is intimidating, and he can kill and all that stuff. He is physically strong. But this one just seems like, roar! It's like, that's not the Jinn that we saw. This is just some big monster guy at this point. And then he gets pierced by the sword at the end, which, my God, it's like, when you can hold the sword, you can defeat him. So she tries to kill herself, which, by the way, makes no sense, because we already proved in the second one that a girl's fate is tied to the Jinn. He's got plans for her, because the guy who he freed from prison tries to shoot her to prevent the third wish from being made, and that doesn't work, because she's immune to the bullets because of that. And, excuse me. So I don't understand where she thought that would work. Even though, apparently they changed the rules. But whatever. Because an angel comes in the fourth one, which we'll get to the fourth one. And he tries to kill her, because he's like the hunter. And he's like, if you kill him right before the third wish is made, yeah. But so maybe a holy relic can kill her or something like that. Doesn't matter. That one's a puss. He ends up getting killed fairly quick. He was in there for no fucking reason other than to introduce the weapon that can kill them, which makes no sense. Anywho, so yeah, he's sitting there and is like, Diane, and then he throws it, and apparently she has the force, because the sword comes to her and she stabs the Jinn, and he goes back to hell and all that stuff, and they're all happily ever after, whatever. So now the fourth one. Now the fourth one's interesting. Same guy, Novak, but it's a different actor now playing the where is he? Playing the lawyer, or playing the human form. It's the lawyer now. Man, I never saw the box cover for that. Interesting. Sorry. Is played by Michael is it Turco? Hansel? Anyway, played by Michael. We'll call him Steven. So, Steven, this guy is a far better Jinn than the other guy, Connery. Not as good as Divob, but still very, very good. Because he more goes along the lines of what the Jinn was originally supposed to be. Is that he actually takes his time getting her to make the wish. He's very charming too. He's got charisma. He's also creepy while not being. It's one thing he actually has above Divob, the original Jinn, is that he looks actually like a nice guy, really, but he can be creepily intimidating when he needs to be. Now, not a lot of non-personal wishes are made. Most of the wishes made are from the main girl. This is also the only movie where all three wishes are made and hell would be opened up if it wasn't for one minor thing. And one minor glitch. If she wishes her boyfriend in the beginning is not being, but earlier on in the movie, after 3 years, he's paralyzed in a crash, and they're trying to work on a settlement. And he, by the way, sex is a big factor in this movie for some reason. He's upset that he can't have sex for his girlfriend and all that stuff. Again, we'll get to that. And but on another note, I'll make on the third one a little bit too. But he basically, her wishes are, she wishes for the settlement to go with the Earths, and he just calls him and says, so don't tell me. He's just having this conversation, possessing the guy, making him do things. It's like, oh, hold your tongue on that. Makes him rip out his tongue, cut off his nose, stab him in the face, sign the deal, and then shoot himself in the head. So it's like, there, done. No, go celebrate. Yeah. It's like, what would you wish? It's like, I wish he could walk again. So at dinner, because her boyfriend's bitter because of it, he can walk again. And then she's there having dinner with him at this house, and he goes to get her water, and she says, I wish I could love you for who you really are. And it's like the third wish. But the catch is that the real him is the djinn. And it's like, damn it. And he explains, it's like, it's a paradox. You wished for a wish that only you can grant. I can't grant the wish for you, but it's a wish nonetheless. So until you love me for me, I can't grant the wish, so my kind can't cross over. So it's an interesting thing. It's one of the few times that the djinn would have won had it not been for in fact, it's the only time the djinn would have won had it not been for a stupid loophole in that. Which, by the way, the girl in this one is not stupid. In fact, she's really just average. She is average. She has never studied the djinn, nothing like that. In fact, the djinn would have won had it not been for that little stipulation. And it deals with the interesting subject of love. What is love? How do you define love? How do you perceive love? And the djinn's trying to understand human love and human emotions to get her to love him. And it's odd because he actually has feelings for her at the end of the movie, which is also odd, but whatever. And they do it. It is like, whatever. It's like, yes. Which was an interesting section because you see all these djinn hands just kind of waving on her back and stuff like that. And yeah. But several things that are an issue with this one, as well as the third one. First off, the issue, probably one of the big problems I have with this movie is that her boyfriend is a complete unlikable ass. Just a complete unlikable ass. He's bitter because I could understand why he'd be a little bitter because of it. His accent prevents him from making love to his girlfriend, but he seems to define a relationship only on the basis of sex. Like that was the reason she loved him or he loved her, and it's like, what? No. And then they went to settlement, and he can walk in, and he's still this jackass, this just bitter jackass. Like his all white. Now I remember why he still couldn't make love to his girlfriend because he's, as the djinn did it, he made him walk again, but he's still got the injury and all that stuff. He's still in constant pain, so he can't physically perform. But it doesn't matter because what a jackass. He's pushing away for no fucking reason. He really is. He's just a fucking dick. But whatever. I mean, and then he's the one who makes the wish that ends up working to kill. And it's like, I wish I had a means to kill you. Done. You define in the second one that they're eternal. They're immortal. You can't defeat them. I wish you didn't exist. Technicalities that bug me. Because you define your lore and then you rewrite your lore. It's bothersome. But I even define that even killing a djinn's not permanent. Which, by the way, he's killed the same way in the fourth movie he is in the third movie. So there's no reason a fifth movie couldn't be made maybe in the future. Which I don't think there's a clamoring for this at all. It's probably got its cult following. But honestly, I'll be surprised. I'll be honest with you folks. I'll be surprised if this video hits 50 views. Just because I'm not certain how much of a following this series has. But it's interesting to talk about. I enjoyed it. I think it was a fun series. But then, when the third one rolled around, they decided to go for the more lowbrow, just fuck it. Well, we can get nudity and sex in here now. They're made for DVD movies. Why not? So the second one's got big titted women lusting after people, sex scenes. So does the fourth one. There's a scene in a strip club. I have no issue with nudity in film. I'm not one of the people. I'm a guy. I am not going to hesitate. I'm not going to have any issue with the female form whatsoever. I encourage the female form. But make it make sense. The first two had no reason to have nudity in there really at all. So there was no reason for there to be nudity in these two. But whatever. If you could get it. Yeah, I guess if you could get it. Other problems that arise that, the effects budget, again, goes down significantly. Particularly there's like the transformation things, like, swirling light, the CGI fire. Jesus. And then the acting is not very good. Again, the best acting definitely comes from damn it, what was the guy's name again? 1 second. Michael Trucco. Again, the human version of the Djinn. Best acting in the fourth one, absolutely. So overall, they're not a good series of movies. They're not, amazing. First one I would say is a decent movie. Fourth one's not terribly either. And the second one's pretty okay. Third one's the weakest by far. I can't really give this a rating that much. If I were to rate, if I were to give it a rating, which I guess I will, individually, I'd say the first one's about a 6.5, second one's about a 6, third one's about a 4. Fourth one's about a 3. And then the fourth one comes out at about 5, and if you average that all together, which, give me a second, actually, let me just do the math on that real quick. 9, then 5 20, then divide that by 4. It would come out to roughly 5.5, I think is the average, would be the average on that. No, it wouldn't be. It would be 5.25. That's what it'd be. So 5.25 on average for the series as a whole. Not amazing, but enjoyable to watch if you're a fan of that kind of, supernatural, fun kind of horror genre. Practical effects too. Always fun to get practical effects in movies. So that's my thought on the Wishmaster series. It was just an impromptu review to do, but it was fun to do. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, if you want us to review something, put it in the comments below. Let us know. We'll get to it at some point. This week, my choices for movies this week are not very good. I believe I have Ride Along 2 as an option. 1 second. A quick check on my option. I know Ride Along 2 is coming out this week. I do think this will be the end of this week right now. Is going to probably be the last week of Star Wars being #1 at the box office, but who knows? Well, maybe it can last one more week. No, this week, that's right. It's 13 Hours, The Secret Soldier of Benghazi, Norm of the North, and Ride Along 2. Here's the thing. Ride Along 2 just looks like, it looks like it's going to be irritating for me to sit through. But I could probably sit through it. 13 Hours, Soldier of Benghazi, does not look like a bad film, even though it's Michael Bay. Norm of the North with comedy legend Rob Schneider. As far as I could tell, that's maybe getting just limited release. It doesn't look like it's coming to my theater, so I hope it doesn't come to my theater, because I'll be honest, if there's a showing for me to see Thursday night, because I have pre-screenings, I might see that for the sake of doing a bad movie review. Otherwise, I'll probably be either Soldiers of Benghazi or Ride Along 2. But we'll see what happens. And, of course, Star Wars videos, superhero videos, basically all the stuff I normally do. Supergirl will be tomorrow for my vlogs. All the stuff I normally do will be tomorrow, or in the week. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good night, folks.